So, is socialist, communist, Nazi tattooer Graham Platner finally out in Maine? Oh, my God. Joining us now, Reince Priebus, former Republican National Committee chair and former chief of staff, by the way, for President Trump, and now Fox News political analyst, and Gianno Caldwell, also a Fox News political analyst. So, Reince, I'm just going down through the list. You guys probably have more, but they're just running for the hills. Mandami pulled out, Schumer pulled out, Sanders pulled out, Ro Khanna pulled out, Ruben Gallego, who I think has his own problems, pulled out. But you know what, Reince? It's not about principle. It's not because he's a socialist communist with a Nazi tattoo. It's about these sex scandals and whatnot, which have been around for a while, but nobody paid any mind to it. So I don't give the Democrats any credit at all, Reince.
Well, actually, it's also, Larry, about winning. And they thought, they calculated earlier, a month or two ago, that they could still win with the Nazi tattoo and the Reddit post, the disgusting comments about women and cops. And they even calculated that they could survive the last sexual assault allegation in New York Times, even though the gal who made the allegation said that she had corroborating evidence that she didn't know why they didn't look into it. So no, this is about winning or losing. And now they've calculated that, okay, this is too much. Now we've got another allegation. I don't think we can win. We've got this opportunity to replace this guy. Mind that they ignored all the warning signs and the red flashing lights that were in front of them. So now they say, okay, we've seen the light, we've seen morality, and we're going to move forward. And that's really, in my opinion, what this is all about, Larry. They've made a cold-hearted calculation, and they could care less about all those other issues because they've already proven that they could care less about all these allegations. This is not a new allegation.
No, I'm sure you're right, Reince. I'm sure you're right. You know politics like nobody else. Gianno Caldwell, you know, first of all, Susan Collins is going to win this seat. I believe she would have won it anyway. She always wins up there. She's been there forever. She's got 10,000 votes in the Senate. And she votes with Trump more often than people realize, including tax cuts. But here's my second point. The Democratic Party has boxed itself in now. Okay, socialism, communism, they're going to have big troubles with these characters that they're out and about for the midterm elections. And President Trump used his July 4th speeches, yes, to talk about American greatness, which was terrific, but he also used them to smash the Democrats on their socialist and communist candidates. And I think those are talking points for the GOP everywhere, Gianno.
Without doubt, and what we're seeing is morally corrupt candidates that are running across the ballot in the Democratic Socialists. People have took on that tagline, and I got to tell you, we've seen an explosion of the Democratic Socialists of 600% from 2017 with 35 to over 250 elected Democratic Socialists across the country now. Now, what I can say is about the Platner issue is the moral compass in the Democratic Party has long been dead. For many of the folks within the Democratic Party, I think back to 2020 when there was an allegation by Tara Reid against Joe Biden, and women in the Me Too movement said, I believe her, but there's no way that I can step out and say that because I want Trump to lose. So they've already prioritized winning over anything else. So this is where we are as a country. You can pick the good guys, which are more than likely the Republicans, or you can pick the Democrats who continuously show us that they are not up for the task. They're not morally responsible because, as Reince mentioned, these allegations have been out for a very long time. But instead of saying, hey, let's take a minute and investigate this and see what's what, you know, everybody should have their day in court, so to speak. They said, no, let's keep running it. Let's keep running. Put the foot on the gas because this guy has all the right talking points for the extreme left on Donald Trump. And they've shown this is what they're willing to do whenever they can capture power. This is one of the 4 seats that they would need in order to win back the Senate.
Reince,
and they won't win.
Reince, I want to come back to you for the last word. You're going to knock me down, okay? I'm ready for it. It'll be great fun. But I believe this socialist communist business in the Democratic Party and its anti-Semitism that goes with it, a lot of hatred and bigotry, I think it's going to help the GOP and hurt the Democrats, as it should in the midterms. That's point number one. And point number two, I want to put a tax cut into Reconciliation 3.0. I want to index the capital gains tax and raise the capital gains exemption. It's middle-class people who can't afford to sell their homes, their empty nesters, because they have to pay for the inflation on a high cap gains tax. I think if you have a growth component plus the socialist, communist, anti-Semitism, the GOP wins the midterms, Reince.
Well, I think it could help, too, on reconciliation. Obviously, you know that will end up creating a lot of wealth and actually more taxes going to the Treasury because people have more of their own money and they'll spend more. You know that part better than I do. So you're probably right. And those are the president's priorities in that $350 billion bill. So I agree with you there. But to your first point, these people are imposters from within. They're an affront to the American identity. And I think, and I agree with you, I think that these were the most important three speeches of President Trump's presidency. The one he gave to Faith and Freedom, Mount Rushmore, July 4th.
Yes.
And here's the difference. Here's why we can win. Because when the president goes on the campaign trail, he will illustrate very clearly the difference between an American that sees America as a force for good, which is President Trump, and an America who sees America through the lens of failures and flaws like these Democrats. And when you present that to the American people, they will choose Trump over these crazy Democrats every day of the week. And it's important that Trump voters know that the midterm is important and that the president needs them to get out and vote. So I think it's extremely important what you laid out.
Well, thank you for that. And both of you, thank you. But I love that. The three key speeches, Faith and Freedom, Mount Rushmore, and the one in D.C., July 4th. It's fabulous stuff. Gentlemen, I wish we had more time, but we never do. Reince Priebus, thank you. Gianno, Caldwell, thank you ever so much. Terrific stuff.